So, speaking of that, in terms of playing, I know, Doug, we had a brief conversation probably sometime last week, just to kind of get your take on, I guess, if you want to term it, paying for playing or play to play. Pay for play.
The infamous pay to play.
Yes. What's your stance on that? Especially, some of the individuals I'm going to be sending this audio to are independent musicians, etc., kind of getting their first dose of, getting out there, to and perform, etc. So what's your kind of stance on?
We don't do it.
We are not down with pay to play.
There was, I will say there was one time in the course of this band that we did it. Okay. And it wasn't really anything we did intentionally. It just sort of happened. The room. It happened. And even in my previous bands, when I moved out to California, I was like, I'm not going to do this. We would hang up on promoters, and the only place at that time you could play a show in Hollywood, and nobody knew you was a Coconut Teaser. So we'd play a lot of shows there. Yeah. That place isn't there anymore. No. So we did it once, and it wasn't that we did it intentionally. It just sort of happened, and the next thing you know, before the curtains open, these people are asking us for money. Like, what the hell are you talking about?
All right.
Like, and then, but that we were young. We were young.
This was first year of the band for sure. We were given tickets, and we went and sold them all, and we didn't realize that they were going to be like, all right, well, we want 80% of what you just sold, and if you don't give it to us, we're not going to open the curtains. You're not going to play. It's pretty much what happened. So we had to hand them all that money, and then it was, I think it was a lot of people who had their hands in the booking of that show. And the details weren't really specified to everybody, and so, lesson learned. Yeah. And now we make sure every little detail of a show. We want to know every little aspect.
Yeah, we don't do it. We don't support it. We won't. I won't. If we knowingly know that we're invited to play a show and other bands are paying to play, we won't do that. Like, this is not. It's a joke. I mean, you're a musician. You're out there working and hustling and trying to make things happen. And you're going to go ahead and pay these people money, these promoters money for promoting, but they're not promoting. They're just taking your money.
Yeah, they don't even really promote for you.
The problem is that there's a lot of new musicians that come out here that do it. People want to play the rock. People want to play these places. Right. So they're like, oh, I'd love to play on a Wednesday night at 11 o'clock. Sure, I'll guarantee you 30 tickets at $10 a ticket. I'll pay to do that. That's what they want to do, and it's really ruined the music industry in Southern California.
Yeah, in Los Angeles, I think it's way more prevalent than outside. And both Steve and I are from the East Coast, and I don't.
Sunset Strip is really done.
Yeah, the Strip. Well, and that's part of the reason why no one goes to Sunset Strip anymore is because the good bands that are like us that have crowds and stuff. We're not going to deal with them. We'll take our show elsewhere. We don't need them.
That's why we booked a lot of our own shows for a long time. We would go find mom and pop bars and just play over there. Yeah. If we had to bring our own PA, we'd run. Doug would run sound. Doug run sound for years as a roadie and as a traveling sound man. So I mean, we can, within the band, we have all the capabilities of doing these things. So we wouldn't do it. It's insulting.
And there's other places like Old Town Pub, there's...
Or LC, that was a nice place. LC's a big stage, good place.
If you're starting out, you need to go play a small-ass place, because you only have 20 people. Yeah. Go play a place that holds your 20 people, and promote it. And the next time, play a place that holds 40 or 50 people, and keep going up and up. And by the time, if you're drawing 500 people or 1,000 people...
Then the wind's going to call you.
The wind's going to call you, and they're not going to charge you any money, and that's the way it's done, and that's the way bands have always done it. You start small, grow your fan base, deal with people who are on the up and up, and get paid for what you're worth. When you have 500 people coming to the bar to see you, you should be getting 80% of the money, or at least 50% of the money that's coming through the door. And not paying someone else and then hoping that they refund you some of the money.
And a lot of times those promoters don't even show up to the show.
Oh yeah. And so they don't fill the flyers, and they're not doing handbills and stuff. I mean, the promoters that are doing the pay-to-play are not promoting you at all. They're a go-between between the club that doesn't want to deal with their own booking and you. And they just pocket your money and then sign you up with a time slot at the club. That's all they do.
They'll stack 6 bands on top of each other.
25 minutes.
Yeah, opening will be a death metal band. Next band will be an acoustic band, then a salsa band, and they don't care. They're not.
It doesn't matter. They're not
there trying to put a good night together. They're trying to make a living, and so I understand that. But it's the musician's fault for allowing that to happen.
Right, exactly. The more people that agree to do it, the more it allows to go on.
Yeah.
And the clubs allow it to go on, even though it doesn't behoove a place like the Margate to have 6 completely disparate bands, like completely different sounds and styles over the course of a night. You want to have 6 bands that are similar so that a whole group of people goes and stays all night and drinks
create
their
a
alcohol.
scene. There's no scene.
And then people are lined up outside the door every Wednesday night. They know, oh, this is salsa night, it's awesome, or whatever, That's why those clubs are going downhill. They're shutting down. Not the bigger ones, but places like the Cat Club that was there for 20-some years, gone, and they were doing similar crap. They tried to make us pay to play on a week's notice.
Yeah.
We told them we can come play, but we're not paying you anything. They gave us a hard time while we were there until 20 of our friends walked in the door 5 minutes before our set started, and then they were, oh, thank you so much.
Yeah, I'm like a week's notice.
Yeah.
It was the whole thing. Pay to play, thumbs down.
Thumbs down. Margate says thumbs down.
And there's people coming up, other musicians, they should, I don't want to say the word integrity, but they should believe in themselves more, that they shouldn't have to deal with that. They shouldn't have to be put through that. If they want to really put in and do their own show, that they can do it.
Yeah.
They should be empowered to do that.
If you have money in your pocket enough to buy tickets, have enough money in your pocket to rent out the rec center and rent a PA, throw your own show, and then you keep all the profit. You charge $5 a ticket. You keep every penny of that $5 that's made this profit, and that's how punk rockers have been doing it for years and years and years. No venue like the or whatever would let them play, and there would be riots and stuff. People rent out rec halls or wherever, That's what you do.
All right, so a couple more questions here. One, so what do you guys like doing outside of music and sleeping? What do you guys like doing?
Well, we don't get any sleep. That number one, we don't sleep.
I love eating.
Okay.
And I love watching football. Those are about what I do outside of here. What else do I do? I work, I play music, I eat, I sleep, and I sleep less when football season's.
Okay. Yes, that's Steve, by the way.
That's Steve. Wow.
Yes.
I like off-roading.
Oh yeah, Doug has an off-road truck. It's pretty
Yeah.
cool. It's been an off-road magazine.
Yeah.
He rolled it the other day.
A couple months ago.
Very happy that he's still alive.
Nice.
Yeah. Every now and again, you got to roll down a hill on your route.
Why not?
It's going to
Something
happen.
to do.
Well, actually, I haven't had any time to paint. My leisure time is very minimal at this point.
Not much of that.
When we're not at work, working day jobs, and then we leave and we go work on band stuff, and sometimes we pull 16-hour days, doing a normal day job and then working on band stuff, and not necessarily practicing all those hours, but there's all the other stuff that goes around being in a band that we've just taken it upon ourselves to do ourselves because, I think at one point in the band, years going through, realized it was like, okay, if we want things done, we're going to have to do it ourselves.
No one's going to do it for you.
No one's going to put in the heart that you're going to put in, and besides being a control freak, I guess I, wanted to do everything. But no, if I do get leisure time, I love doing skateboarding.
Okay.
I actually went to the skate park in Venice Beach not too long ago, and it's the first time in like 15 years that I went to a skate park. So I have a lot of fun doing that. I have 2 wonderful dogs at home and a wife, so I try to spend time with them, going to the dog park and whatnot. That's pretty much my leisure. I collect old skateboard decks, old 1980s and 70s, some 90s skateboard decks, and I also paint on those if I ever have time to paint. I enjoy art.
Do you think a skateboard company or something like that, the shoe company, you think that'd be something that you guys would get involved with in terms of sponsorship? Or something
Most definitely.
Fit Margate in terms
Oh,
of
yeah, most definitely. Right now I'm heading to talk with Vans to see if we can get a van sponsorship. And other skate companies too. I know there's also like skate shops that could get behind a band.
Okay.
And you can start doing like skate shop events, But I think our music would go over quite well with the surfing and skating and snowboarding, all the board sports. wakeboarding and all that stuff.
Would you call it the X Games?
Yeah, we could definitely be in X Games. I mean, we're not like an extreme band or anything. Wakeboarding, yeah.
Wakeboarding.
I think
Or
so.
I think all the motorsports too, man. So
That's right. The motorsports, we're actually in a motocross.
We're in some off-roading videos. We're in a fishing video.
Fishing. We are in stream. What's it called? Stream and Field and Stream
Magazine. Their online thing.
Yes, this one guy that has an online.
Fishing.
It's awesome.
Good music to fish to.
No, it's